Alrighty, all I gotta explain to you what just happened on today's show. Those that follow me know I am 100% a recipe guy. I mean, I can cook just about anything, as I am sure you guys can also, but it is all into the recipe that is going to separate this guy's cook from that guy's cook. And I gotta tell you, today's show is recipe oriented and it'll take your steak level up through the roof. I can friggin' guarantee you that. So basically, this one started out with some smashed potatoes. We put a nice crust on those potatoes. Then we put a little bit of grated cheese on top after the flip, and then put some horseradish sauce. Also, we did up some button mushrooms. Now look, man, I know mushrooms, but these were crusted out and lit up with some Kentucky bourbon, and then hit with some salt and pepper. I mean, this is restaurant stuff right here. And then we threw on that ribeye steak, 3 minutes down with a weight on it, gave us the crust we wanted, a nice little flip. We hit it with some salt and pepper, hit it with some butter, and you ain't going to a restaurant to get a meal like this. I can friggin' guarantee you that. And here she is right here, perfectly done. We've got our potatoes, we've got our button mushrooms, and we've also got a bee that is hanging out wanting some of this. Look, I am going to take you on to this cook, and then I will bring you guys back at the end. We will do that live taste test, and I am telling you right now, forget all you think you know about steak. Grab these ingredients and make this recipe. Yeah. Alrighty, all welcome back to the channel. And like I always say, a little fresh oil down. Now look, I've had the griddle on for about 10-15 minutes, and she should be pretty warm right now. And we are right at that 344 mark. The first step here is going to be potatoes down. And get your smasher and start smashing. Now these have been pre-boiled off. A little bit of salt. Of course, a lot of black pepper. And obviously, you've always want to start with what is going to take the longest to cook. Our steak is probably going to take about 6 minutes or so. These will probably take a little bit longer, as I want to try to get that crust underneath. And as we will let our oil kind of move down and do its thing, that'll crisp them up nice. Alrighty, into this recipe, we've got some baby bellas. We will get those down. And we're cooking now at about 400. That is going to be perfect. Now, if you don't like mushrooms with steak, you can substitute like a fried onion, or you don't have to put anything on it. I'm a mushroom guy when I enjoy a steak, and especially for this recipe here. You know, so a couple tips here as this goes. I mean, there are a ton of steak griddle videos out there. Just a couple tips. Make sure your steak is brought up to room temperature before you hit the griddle. If you are dealing with a bone, you could put a weight on top. I like to put a weight on top even if there is no bone, but if there is a bone, definitely a weight on top. And also, you can salt it up, you know, an hour, 2 hours as you're bringing it up to room temperature before you hit the griddle, and that'll help it do its thing. You want to make sure that steak is nice and dried out before it hits the griddle, and those are about the best tips there. And now remember, mushrooms are going to, they're pretty much going to suck up any moisture, so if you put some oil down, it'll probably quickly disappear, so you may want to hit it again. And you can see we've got a nice We've got a pretty decent crust on these potatoes. So guys, remember, this is a recipe, so we are going to get a little bit of grated cheese down on these potatoes. And hear me out on this. This is a little prepared horseradish going down. A little kick never hurt nobody. Now I'd say we are looking pretty good here. I want to get a hot temperature on the griddle. I want the most hottest spot where the steak is going to go down. And I'm pretty sure it is going to be over here where our mushrooms are. So we will just kind of move these over. I know from using this grill, the hot spot is usually over here. And stay tuned here because we are going to light these mushrooms up and fix them up a little bit. A little oil down. Now look, set your timer, 3 minutes on the steak, then you're going to flip it, and then you are going to cook it to temperature. I have done it like that for years and years, and it always puts that nice crust on the bottom of the steak. You definitely do not want to flip it too soon. Alrighty, also we are moving along pretty good. Let's get a little bit more added flavor to these shrooms. Oh yeah, look at the crust. I'm going to shut off over here where the shrooms are. They are pretty much done. I'll lower it under the potatoes. We definitely don't want to burn those. And we are down now about 3 minutes or so. So we are going to give this a flip. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I like a lot of black pepper, so I'll hit that again. Now to help this process along, I'm just going to put a cover on it. Guys, I did want to pull these potatoes off. I can guarantee you they are definitely crispy, buttery, and have a little bit of a bite. Also, the shrooms are definitely ready. We'll get those pulled off. I mean, they have a nice crust on them. They've also got that flavor of that cognac, of that Kentucky bourbon, and also some salt and pepper. And that is basically all you need for them bad boys. Alrighty, so that has been about another 3 minutes or 6 minutes total. That is going to be good enough for me. And definitely we are hopefully held to that medium rare to rare. Guys, what I want to do is I'll get this cut up, I'll get it plated up, I'll bring you guys back and we'll see how we did. Alrighty, and that sure was a fun one. Here is the finished product here. I can tell you, because I've been hitting these potatoes, they are crusty good, and with that horseradish, man, it takes them through the roof. Button mushrooms hit with that Kentucky bourbon lit up, man, puts a flavor on them that you've never tasted. And of course, we've got our classic steak. You can see how jacked up I am. We've got our classic steak done perfectly to that rare to medium rare. Let's do that taste test and talk about it. I mean, that is friggin' perfect. I mean, look, is there anything better than a steak? I mean, I post all the time asking the question, what is better than a steak? Maybe a burger, ribs, I don't know, brisket, not a chance. To me, the top of the pop is always going to be that steak. So look, that is going to close out this show here. Again, we've got the leaf blowers happening. My name is Tommy, and I guess that makes me the griddler. I appreciate all you guys, man. You guys have been kicking butt and taking names watching these videos from start to finish. That is so greatly appreciated. If there is anything you want to see on this channel, leave it down in the description. I will see what I can do. That is going to close out this show. I appreciate all you guys for watching. And until next time,